it's a refreshing drive to drive everywhere without having to hit the brakes at all.
Right.
No stress at all. That's all the stress.
Right.
But it's something else, and consider the safety factors of that.
Yeah.
For your kids, for your family.
That's true.
To always have a second pair of eyes looking at the road. All right, as soon as we get out on the road, I'm gonna turn on your cruise control. The cruise control you can set at any speed, basically. So it'll do stop and go traffic. It's gonna see the car in front of you, and it's gonna measure out based on the length you want to be from the car behind you. So you can set it from 1 to 4 car spaces, and the distance between that will change whether you're on the highway going faster. The car does a great job. Once it sees the car in front of you and it sees both lines on either side, you're gonna get your lane following. So it's actually gonna do a little bit of the steering for you. We're gonna play with that. Looks like we're gonna make a right turn here.
And that's standard on all of them, right? Even down to the LX, the Smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna set the cruise control as soon as we turn here. It's not gonna start steering for you yet because we don't have 2 lines on this road, right? So we're gonna set it to 35. You're not gonna hit the brakes or accelerate. You see the little, you see in your heads-up display, you can see the car in front of you? That means it could see that car. So you let it follow that car.
So let it go?
Not the wheel. The only time you know to let go of the wheel, if it's that little white wheel turns green. This is giving you the go ahead. So as of now, we don't have lines on the road.
Right.
It could only measure what's in front of you, right? So it's keeping the distance. So this car will come to a complete stop now at the red light. If you tap the brake, it'll disengage, and then you have to take over. So right now, it's the car doing the driving as far as and as long as you have something behind you. So what you might feel here on the turn is the car speed up to try to speed up. So go ahead and start making the turn because it's going to start speeding up hard because it doesn't see this guy yet.
Okay, now it caught up.
Now you feel it, right?
Yeah, it caught up.
All right, so now it caught up. As long as you give it a visual object in front of you. Otherwise, it'll just keep the speed you want and show you in the display that there's no car in front of you. Now we got lines on the road, right? Let's try to get the car a little bit more centered. See if it can pick up some of these lines. It's nice in main roads, highways. I mean, I drive like this at 85 miles an hour.
No.
Yeah, let the car drive by itself all the time.
Really? It doesn't indicate put your hands on the wheel?
If I take my hands off the wheel for long enough, it'll start beeping.
It tells you.
And then all you have to do is give it a light pressure. So if you keep your hands just kind of touching the bottom, where it'll just drive itself the whole time. The steering's great on the highway because there's always lines on the highway. I don't go on country roads, so
okay, so we lost.
Just hit resume. Boom. That's it. And now you have steering. Do you see the green wheel? But keep your hand kind of near, but feel the feedback. It's steering. It's got 2 lines. It's gonna steer just fine.
Oh wow.
Look at this, man.
So this at 85, 90 miles an hour works just the same way.
Wow.
And this is at slow speeds.
Wow.
So you guys.
That's why you got to keep it near, because if you lose a line and you bump somebody, it's your fault no matter what, even in court or whatever. So you keep your hands nearby.
Optima
has it. The Forte, the new Forte has it.
Yeah, you have the adaptive cruise control in all those cars. This is how good it's been working.
So how long at a stoplight before it turns itself off? Or it doesn't?
What are you talking about? The engine cutoff?
The smart cruise control.
The smart cruise control won't turn off.
It won't now, because I remember it used to.
No, if we stop at a light, it'll just ask you to hit the accelerator a bit or hit resume. So it'll do full stop and go traffic. And if you're coming to a creep where it doesn't come to a full stop, it'll just continuously creep forward and adjust the gap.
Wow.
There you go. You work with the car. You're the co-pilot. It's your co-pilot. See, even though you didn't have the wheel, you still had the distance because you had the car in front of you. That's why the heads up is awesome. Because you see all these things, you learn all these things without even knowing.
Right.
And the ride, you could already, our competition, it's very premium when you go, like I'm driving around in a Jeep Limited. and you guys learn, we don't badmouth the competition, but their idea or their line of luxury is not this level. It's not this high class. So you're getting the leathers combined with the cloth. You're getting very, like the Jeep I have there is a limited. So it's a top package. It doesn't have adaptive cruise control. It doesn't have lane keeping, and it's up in the 46, 47. This is 46,000, and it has everything plus a third row.
Right.
But that car is eating a big segment of the midsize market. Your biggest competitors are Jeep, are, believe it or not, are Toyota, definitely with the Highlander. Highlander does not have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. They have the driver talk system. And their interiors, it's left to, you know, it's time to be upgraded. It's a little bit, I mean, the rounded screen, you got a 10.5 inch. In your base Telluride, you're getting an 8-inch screen, which is the upgrade for some of our competition. Let that Ford look at it. This is sports mode.
Wow. Yeah, that thing.
And then you hit the jump and then...
A premium vehicle at an exceptional price. The all-new 2020 Kia Telluride. With 8-passenger seating, smart cruise control for stop-and-go traffic, and available all-wheel drive, the Kia Telluride is a step above its class. Come experience the difference for yourself at Regal Kia.